Over the next 3 days, we are walking along the Human Hovel from Talbingo to the Henry Angel Trackhead, which is 54 kilometres. We have 13 k's ahead of us today from Talbingo to Budong Falls. It is a cold, frosty morning and we have lots of walking to do. So let's go. So we're just on the edge of Junimar Dam, having a little bite to eat, a quick pit stop, and then we'll get going. 80% of the reason I hike is for the food and the snacks. So I'm going to show you what I have today. I've just eaten a homemade protein bar. I have a bag of snakes, some almonds, a salami stick, chocolate, more chocolate. It's a good day when you got snacks. So the good thing about the Human Hovel is that the track changes a lot, so you won't ever get bored. And now we are walking through some lovely farmland. So we are just walking past the mighty Snowy Hydro. This is T3 Power Station. So we've just done the farm run and we're about to head into the tree line up over the hills and onto Budong. But first I think we will stop for some lunch because I'm pretty hungry. So for lunch today we have some wraps with some tuna, some cheddar and some sun-dried tomatoes. We're going to make that up. So according to the maps, the next 7-ish kilometres should be pretty well all uphill. Should all be in the shade though, so at least it's not going to be in the sun. The good thing is we will be rewarded at the end with a waterfall. So all is well on the Human Hovel. Pretty nice walking in through the trees here. It's nice and shaded and cool as opposed to the farm we walked through earlier that was fully exposed to sun. The track is just weaving itself up the hill nicely, so it's not too difficult and it's pretty good. Got a waterfall I can hear. So we've just crossed Budong Creek. Much of this track has actually been closed since the bushfires in 2020, and the last few months it's just been reopened. So they've put in a heap of new bridges across the creeks, including the one up there that we just crossed. And now we're going to keep walking back up towards the upper falls and then head on to camp. Just left our packs at the top of the track and we've come down to check out Budong Falls from the bottom. It's pretty spectacular and it's definitely worth all the uphills and the kilometres of hiking to get here. So we've made it to the campground. This looks like home for the night. I'm going to get my tent set up, cook a bit of dinner, and then get straight into my sleeping bag and bunk down because it's pretty cold and I'm pretty tired. Welcome to day 2. Just woken up at Budong Falls campground with a nice layer of frost
making everything nice and chilly. Next stop is Badong Hut, which is about 2 kilometers away, I think. And then we have a 14-kilometer day today, so 14 kilometers onto Paddy's River Dam. It should be a really nice spot to camp for the night. Here we are at Badong Hut. It's beautiful, lovely, beautiful gum trees that haven't been burnt by the fires, so that's really nice. The hut survived the fires as well, which is lovely to see. We're gonna have a little break here, have some morning tea, and head on back onto the track. On with the day. Day 2. Vibes are good. This is one of my favourite types of trees, which is scribbly gum, because it looks like a little kid has drawn pictures on the trees. We had to dress up as explorers, and I didn't know who to dress up as, so I just wore my normal clothes, and then my teacher made me be Hume from Human Hovel, and that's the first time I ever knew what they were and who they were. And now I am literally Hume walking the Human Hovel. Three and a half K to go. This feels like the most civilization we've been in for 2 days since yesterday, and it's literally just a dirt road. But the good thing is there's a sign there that says Paddy's River Dam, so we're on the right track and shouldn't be far, maybe like 3 kilometers and we'll be there. Looks like we've made it to Paddy's River Dam. Gonna go scout a spot and get set up and settle in for the night. Made it! This one is definitely the best by far. I'm gonna put my tent down there somewhere and wake up to some lovely morning views, get a fire going and chill. Dinner tonight, we have Backcountry Cuisine's beef stroganoff. It's just started sprinkling and the wind has just picked up again, which I think is a pretty good sign that it's time to get into my sleeping bag, catch some Z's, hit the hay, knock off, down tools. In other words, go to bed. See you in the morning. So I've just woken up here at beautiful Paddy's River Dam. Nice frost, the rain cleared overnight and obviously the stars came back out, and woke up to a lovely layer of frost covering my tent, which has made it very cold. Hopefully the sun comes up and brings some of its glorious warmth so I can get changed and ready for the day and pack up and get going, because we have a big day of walking. Hit the road. 26 kilometers. Let's do it. Woo. Certainly frosty this morning, but glorious. 25 kilometers to go and the sun's out. It doesn't get any better. I have what they call the morning hiker's high, which I hope lasts all day. Just 20 kilometers to go. Easy money. We've just come across this little sign and a logbook. This area is apparently called the Coffee Pot. I don't know why it's called the Coffee Pot, but if we had more time, I think it would be a nice time to have a cup of coffee. Still riding that morning hiker's high. "13 kilometers in, 13 kilometers to go. Feeling pretty good. Pack still feels nice and light, and it's pretty much all downhill from here." Everybody knows that what goes up must come down, and we are well and truly going down. A little informative sign that's telling us about Hustle's sawmill between 1880 and 1917. Fire trail I've been waiting for. It's like the Hume Highway. This is Junction Campsite. Hume and Hovell actually camped in this area. So it's pretty cool. We're literally walking Hume and Hovell's footsteps. We only have just less than 6 kilometers. We're on the home stretch now. It's just 3.5 kilometers to go, and I'm feeling good. Well, that's it. 56 kilometers along the Hume and Hovell from Talbingo to here at Henry Angel. Done. 3 days, 2 nights. So 26 kilometers today, which is a pretty big day with a full pack and boots. Luckily it was all pretty much all downhill and fairly flat. So not bad walking, just time on the feet really. So one of the good things about the Hume and Hovell, the things that I like, is that we haven't seen a single person since we got dropped off on Monday morning. I think it's a great track for people wanting to fully get out there in nature on their own, bit of solitude. I think that's what the Hume and Hovell is great, is that it changes so much. So you go from single trail to fire track to all sorts of different types of tracks. The landscape changes, so you're never bored and you start to feel a bit low, but then you find the landscape changing and it perks you back up again. I'm Chloe Simmons, and I'll see you back on the track for our next hiking adventure.